Hi, I'm Tyler Malone. Today I'm going to be presenting my economics final project. It's going to be covering the topic of our energy and covering things such as nuclear energy, renewable energy, and non-renewable energy, and a potential policy shift to curb the effects of climate change. And we're going to be talking about the costs of climate change and everything like that. So let's get into it. Firstly, the agenda of this piece. We've already covered the introduction. We are also going to be covering a section that talks about the cost of non-renewable energy. We're going to be talking about nuclear energy and getting into that a bunch. We're going to be talking about the policy shift that I am proposing here. So let's start with the cost of non-renewable energy. I want to talk to you about one of the most pressing challenges we face as a global community: the energy crisis. It is no secret that our current reliance on non-renewable energy sources is unsustainable. Fossil fuels like coal, oil, and natural gas account for the vast majority of the energy that we consume. But these sources are not just limited in supply, they are also taking an immense toll on our environment, our health, and our future. The environmental cost of burning fossil fuels is far-reaching. Every time we burn coal or oil, we release greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. These gases trap heat, causing global temperatures to rise, contributing to climate change. In fact, fossil fuels account for roughly 80% of the world's energy demand, and we are responsible for about 2/3 of global CO2 emissions. If we continue down this path, we could run out of oil by as early as 2043. We are already witnessing the effects of climate change. Rising temperatures, more severe weather events, and rising sea levels are just the beginning. But it's not only the climate that suffers. The burning of these fuels also causes significant air pollution, leading to smog, acid rain, and a range of health problems. Research shows that air pollution from fossil fuels is responsible for about 4.5 million deaths worldwide every year. Financially, the hidden costs of fossil fuels are staggering. Healthcare costs, environmental cleanup expenses, and damages from extreme weather events are not reflected in the price of fossil fuels, but they are a burden we all bear. For example, in the United States, climate-related damages from extreme weather events amounted to a staggering $606.9 billion, with a B, billion dollars between 2016 and 2020. And this number will only continue to grow as our climate crisis worsens. With all this in mind, it is clear that continuing to rely on fossil fuels is no longer an option. That brings us to the topic of nuclear energy, which is gaining attention as a potential solution. Nuclear energy represents a different path forward. Unlike fossil fuels, nuclear power does not emit CO2 directly when generating electricity. In fact, nuclear accounts for about 18.6% of the U.S. electricity generation, providing a significant portion of the country's low-carbon energy. One of the main advantages of nuclear energy is that it provides consistent, reliable power, unlike solar or wind energy, which depend on weather conditions. Nuclear energy can provide power 24/7. However, nuclear energy is not without its drawbacks. The initial costs of building nuclear plants are high, with price tags ranging from $6 billion to $9 billion. It also requires time to construct these plants, and there are safety concerns, especially in light of past disasters like Chernobyl and Fukushima. Additionally, nuclear energy generates radioactive waste that remains dangerous for thousands of years. This waste requires secure, long-term storage solutions, an issue that is yet to be fully addressed. Despite these challenges, the benefits of nuclear energy surely outweigh its drawbacks. Compared to fossil fuels, nuclear power has a much lower environmental impact, and it represents a crucial part of the solution to reducing global CO2 emissions. Transitioning to nuclear energy could result in significant long-term benefits, including reduced environmental harm, improved public health, and greater energy security. Moreover, nuclear energy also offers a strong economic potential. Jobs in the nuclear industry tend to be well-paying, about 25% to 30% higher than those in renewable energy industries. Countries like South Korea have harnessed nuclear energy to drive economic growth, and similar opportunities could arise in other countries as well. In order to address the challenges posed by fossil fuels and to ensure a sustainable energy future, I propose a comprehensive policy shift. This policy would focus on boosting investment in renewable energy sources, particularly nuclear power, by expanding the industry with smaller, easier to build nuclear reactors. It would aim to reduce reliance on non-renewable energy sources and direct clean energy sources to areas that are heavily dependent on fossil fuels. In doing so, we can begin to decommission outdated and polluting energy plants. I recognize that this transition would require a significant financial investment and would take years to fully implement. However, the long-term benefits such as a cleaner environment, reduced global emissions, and the creation of thousands of high-paying jobs would be invaluable. This policy would not only improve public health and help tackle climate change, but it would also signal a stronger, more resilient economy. By focusing on small modular reactors, which promise to be cheaper and safer, we can overcome the initial financial barriers that make nuclear power a key player in our energy future. Additionally, this shift would help communities currently dependent on non-renewable energy to make the transition to cleaner, safer sources of power easier. In conclusion, transitioning to a cleaner, more sustainable energy system will not be easy. It will require substantial investment, time, and political will. But the benefits, both environmental and economic, are worth the effort. By increasing funding for renewable energy and expanding the nuclear power industry, we can reduce our reliance on non-renewable energy sources and create a cleaner, healthier world for future generations. We must not let the challenge of today prevent us from building a sustainable energy future. Together, we can make the shift towards a cleaner, safer, and more prosperous world.